So why do you think paying donors $100,000 in a refundable tax credit would be helpful?
For me personally, I had been wanting to donate since 2007. It's something I've been thinking about for years and years and wanting to do. And the one thing that got in my way from doing it is the financial aspect. It's making enough money, having enough stable income, being able to take care of myself during that period. And if we had something like that, it would remove that obstacle. And I had to work from 2007 all the way to 2020 to finally get myself financially in a place where I can comfortably donate my kidney. And I faced barrier after barrier and difficulty after difficulty. And when I finally got around to doing it, I had worked, over 10 years to be able to finally be able to do this. And any other reasonable person would have stopped at any other point along the way. And if it were not for me continuously trying, this wouldn't have been possible. And it would be wonderful to remove this obstacle for anyone considering it or wanting to do it. It would make all the difference.
What would you say to those people who would argue that paying donors would actually disincentivize donation and we would have fewer donations because donors wouldn't want to be paid?
I think that's doesn't make any sense. I mean, the whole process of doing this is so costly on your time and effort and energy. It requires so many resources. I don't even, not even thinking about the surgical part of it, just all of the interim of going to appointments and taking days off to get your CT scan. All of those things were individual sacrifices that made it difficult. And had there been financial support along the way, or knowing at some point you would be reimbursed for that effort that you've put in, would make it easier to donate, not harder. It would not deter me from donating. It would have made it easier for me to do it sooner, and it would have made it a much less arduous process to do so. So I can only imagine that it would encourage so many more people who've dropped off from the process of becoming a donor to continue and be able to continue donating.
I spoke with someone earlier today who said, whatever it takes to save the many people who are dying
Mhm,
daily. And this person is a firefighter. And he said,
mhm.
when his job, something needs to be done, they get it done to save the
Yep.
life. And that's how he views the $100,000. What's your perspective on this, whatever it takes point of view?
I fully agree. I mean, if someone said to anyone, "Would you save a life for $100,000?" I think the easy answer is yes. Yes, of course, a life is worth $100,000. And then, especially in this process, it, if someone is interested in donating a kidney and this is what it takes, it's such a small thing in comparison to the enormous gift that they're giving, right? And the enormous process they are enduring, because it's not a simple process, as you and I both know, to get qualified. It's a long road of continuous um, checkpoints and continuous check ins. So I fully agree. For a life, $100,000 in tax credits, whatever it takes, and that's such a small thing in comparison.
Um, could you just tell us a little bit about your experience with kidney donation?
Sure, I came around to kidney donation back when I was younger in college, and I learned about it because I watched a video that someone had posted online about their journey of non-directed donation. And seeing how well this person was doing after surgery changed my entire understanding of what it's like to be a living donor. Seeing him going out to get food with his friends 2 weeks after surgery was something I could not have fathomed before I saw this video. And as soon as I did, I thought to myself, I can do this. And so learning about that and continuing to learn about the process and what it entails um, was how I got into the system of the National Kidney Registry and getting myself evaluated as a possible donor. And it's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. And I'm so glad that I did it. And doing it during the pandemic was still well worth it. I wasn't going to let that opportunity go.
So you donated in October of 2020 in the midst of the pandemic. So Lucy, thank you so much for donating your kidney to a stranger. And you really have made the world a better place. 95% of people who donated would do it again if we could. And it's because it is so rewarding. And in order to incentivize more people to do so, we just need to pay them $100,000 tax in a tax credit. And that way we can have far fewer people dying from this preventable kidney shortage. Thank you so much.
Thank you.